Anytime that you have a major winter storm, like what a lot of us are going to be dealing with this weekend, there will be power outages. And a lot of the folks that are affected by those are people that, for one reason or another, don't have things like backup power sources. They don't have heaters. And because of that, they end up relying on some pretty dangerous ways to stay warm, just out of desperation. But there are plenty of things that you can do to stay warm that are a lot safer and use stuff that you probably already have laying around the house. And the first thing that you want to do is seal up your home as much as possible. Leaky doors and windows can let a ton of cold air into your house, especially if more than one is leaking. And what you can do about that is just take some painter's tape and seal up the edges of those leaky doors and windows. I really like frog tape because it's wider. You're probably not going to have to use more than one layer on those doors and windows. And then for the bottom, just roll up one or two towels, stuff them there, and that should help prevent drafts from getting in that way. Then you can do other things like hang thick blankets over those doors and windows. And if you have a fireplace and you're not going to use it, like maybe it's not safe or it doesn't work, then go ahead and put something like a tarp or some trash bags over that. Use tape to secure it in place. Because if you sit in front of that fireplace, you would be surprised as to how much cold air just blows in straight from there. Then there are other things that you can do to help winterize your windows, like if you have any clear plastic sheeting, the kind that they use for painting drop cloths or to make greenhouses, then you can tape those on the inside of your window frame, and that'll make sort of a miniature greenhouse effect where it helps keep the inside of your house a little bit warmer, especially during the day. And if you don't have any clear plastic sheeting, if you have any clear bubble wrap left over from like packages that you got, then you can do the same thing with that. You can also use trash bags, but those don't work quite as well since they don't let light in, but they can be very helpful if you're trying to keep cold air drafts out. It's also a good idea to close your blinds and your curtains. That can help block drafts a little bit too. Then there are things that you want to do inside of your house also. So if the power goes out, it's best to keep your family in one specific area and go ahead and seal off the rooms that you're not going to be using, because there's no sense in trying to heat up the whole house when there's no need to use it. And if you have hard floors, whether they're tile, wood, anything like that, that is going to get a lot colder than a carpeted floor will be. It can just suck the heat right out of you, especially if you're running around in socks or, heaven forbid, you're barefoot. Don't be barefoot. But to help with that, you can lay things on the ground, like some blankets, you can lay towels down, or if you're desperate, you can even put clothes on the floor, and that'll help with that. You can also hang blankets from doorways, and if your bed is along an exterior wall, then you can hang a blanket on that wall. That'll just give you a little bit more insulation to help you stay warm. And y'all, when you're doing things like sealing up your house, don't block all of the vents. You will still need at least some air circulation. I mean, it would have to be pretty extreme, but you don't want to end up suffocating while you're trying to stay warm. Then where you take shelter inside of your home can make a pretty big difference too. A second ago, I mentioned that you don't want to try to heat the entire home. So have everybody shelter in the same room. That way, that's the only thing that you're having to worry about heating. And if it's a smaller area, then just your body heat alone is going to help things at least a little bit. So for that room, preferably you want it to be an interior room, if at all possible. If you have a two-story house, upstairs is great because heat rises, and also somewhere carpeted, just because of what we talked about a second ago. But if you live somewhere like I do that doesn't really have any interior rooms, that aren't just tiny little coat closets, then pick the sunniest room in your house, probably somewhere on like a south-facing wall, as long as it isn't covered by trees. And if at all possible, try to do the greenhouse thing on the windows that I talked about. But once the sun goes down, then close your drapes, put up a blanket just to help keep that cold air as far away from you as you can. Seal that up using things like blankets, sheets hung up, also towels rolled up at the bottom of the door. But you can also set up more or less a small campground inside of that room. Bring in mattresses, couch cushions, things that people can sleep on. And if it's really bad, you could even set up a tent in that room if there's enough space for it. Doing that will create a very small microclimate that's a whole lot easier to warm up than even just a room itself. But once again, with any of these, always be sure that you have plenty of ventilation. But one of the most important things that you can do to stay warm is to just dress in layers. Dressing in layers is a lot better than having just one really warm garment on, because it's the dead air space between the layers that actually insulates you and helps you stay warm. So you want to start off with a moisture wicking base layer that's either made of synthetic material or wool. Those are a lot better than cotton, because cotton, it just absorbs moisture, doesn't really do anything to get rid of it, and once it's wet, then it gets cold. Then after that, have mid layers, things like sweaters, hoodies, pullovers, things like that, and then top it off with a nice warm jacket, or if you're really desperate, even a bathrobe is better than nothing. Then also have other things like wool gloves, wool socks, and a wool hat. Those are great whether you're inside or outside, but with this, do not let yourself sweat, because once that happens, especially if you are in a situation where you're having to use cotton like shirts and stuff like that, then that's only gonna make you colder. So if you feel yourself starting to get warm, then start taking layers off. If you get cold again, then put them back on. Then if it's really cold inside, you can go ahead and crawl in a sleeping bag, curl up in some blankets, because I mean, even if you're not sleeping, there's still no point in just freezing out in the open. Curl up as much as you can. And also, if you have any things like hot hands or other chemical hand warmers left over from hunting season, dig those out and use them. And while you're lounging around or sleeping, go ahead and keep like your beanie on, because you lose a lot of heat through your head, and that'll just help you a little bit with that. Now, when you're resting or sleeping, one of the most important things to do is to stay off of a bare floor. You want as much dead air space between you and the ground as possible. So your bed, obviously, that's ideal, but if you have multiple people sheltering inside of one room, then do the couch cushion thing we talked about earlier. If you have an inflatable air mattress, then use that. Even if you have to wad up a bunch of clothes from your closet on the floor, do whatever you can to get people off of the floor, because that can just drain warmth straight out of your body. Also, use multiple blankets. Like when we have really cold weather here, we have our normal comforter, and then we'll toss a wool blanket on top of that, or a quilt or something like that, and it is very helpful. If you live with other people, then huddle for warmth. That actually can be very, very helpful, but while you're resting or asleep, do whatever you can to avoid breathing underneath your covers, because that'll let moisture down in there, and once the inside of those covers gets cold, then they're really not going to do a very good job keeping you warm. If they're the wrong material, they'll actually make it a lot colder than what it should be. Then aside from all that, there are other things that you can do to help yourself stay warm. First up, just eat and drink as much as possible. Dehydration can make it harder for your body to control your temperature, so continue to drink water even if you don't think that you need it. And then as far as eating, things like nuts, peanut butter, and chocolate, anything that's high in calories, it'll help your body stay warm as you're digesting it. Your body is sort of almost like an engine. If it's burning fuel, then it's warming itself up. Now, some things that you do want to avoid though. Alcohol's the big one, because it can actually lower your body temperature. It might make you feel warm, but it's actually having the total opposite effect. So don't do that. And also limit your caffeine intake, because really it'll just make you jittery and make you pee more than what you really need to. But some things that you don't want to do though is use like your gas stove top for heat, or your gas oven, because those were never designed for that. They'll end up releasing carbon monoxide into the air, and that can be very deadly. Then also, don't use certain cooking methods indoors, like most of your propane camp stoves. They're not really designed to be used in that way. And whatever you do, do not build a fire like in the middle of your living room. I know that sounds really dumb, but it has happened before. People will either asphyxiate, or they'll burn their house down around them, and both of those things are obviously bad. If you do have a safe way to cook indoors, though, then, I mean, do that. Warm food, warm drink can always be helpful. And, I mean, don't be afraid to do some light exercises. If you're able to move around, then that's going to help your body stay warm, but just don't exercise to the point where you start sweating, because then it's going to have the opposite effect. You're just going to end up being cold. Now, hopefully when I release this video, there will still be time for us to do some last minute preparations before this storm hits. So if you want to see a checklist of things that you should do before it rolls in, then go ahead and click here. Thank y'all for stopping by. Y'all have a good one.